All right, welcome to another episode of Lifestyles. I'm your host, Craig Sewing. We put a great one together for you with all of our beautiful co-hosts. We're going all over America's finest city, from the coastal scene to the social scene, and we're going to dive into the real estate market here as well. Let's go ahead and get another episode of Lifestyles started right now.
Hey Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing great, how are you?
I'm doing good. Been here for 26 years and never get sick of this.
Oh, I know, this view is just incredible.
Awesome.
Well, I hear you have a listing that we're going to see today.
Absolutely amazing. It's a one-of-a-kind property. Want to go take a look?
Absolutely, should we take a walk?
We could walk there, but let's take the Beamer.
Okay.
Let's go.
You've been here a long time now, like you said, 26 years. How have you seen this area change? Has it changed?
You know, it's interesting. It definitely has evolved. There's a lot of new stuff coming in, and there's also a lot of businesses and whatnot that have been here for a bunch of years.
Mission has about the same kind of stuff, maybe just not as much.
You know, it's interesting. Mission does have a real similar aspect, but you kind of start incorporating more residential property there.
Okay.
So you have less of it, but there are some places, there's a pizza shop down near the roller coaster that's been there ever since I've been here.
It has like this, I feel like just like this vacation feel to it down here.
I mean, we're in, March and we're driving around in a golf cart. So, we've obviously came down Garnett, now we're on Mission Boulevard. We are almost at this incredible home.
I can't wait.
Jersey Court, as I say, it's literally one of a kind. We've had quite a few brokers that have come through and literally say it's one of the most beautiful homes they've ever seen in Mission Beach. So I'm really looking forward for you to see this.
I'm really excited now too. Mark, thank you so much for bringing me here. You have completely fulfilled all my dreams. This is my dream home, so where can I get the keys? Or I guess it's a smart home, so maybe I need an app.
Yeah, I don't even know if we have a key, to be honest with you. As you say, we're here in Mission Beach. This is considered North Mission Beach. 702 Jersey Court. Big, beautiful, brand new construction home. Just completed about a month and a half ago. 4-bedroom, 5.5 bath, office. All bedrooms are en suite, incredible living space, so real nice property.
Plenty of space for anybody in their family to come
Absolutely.
Take over. And James, thank you for coming along as well. You guys work together a lot, and I guess we'll be teaming up on this property as well?
We do. Well, we got to figure out how to buy this thing. You know, a lot of people would come in and actually pay cash. If they're not paying cash, then that's where I would come in to actually help finance this thing.
Okay, so something like this, how does this get financed? What kind of numbers do we need to get a home?
Right, great question. You know, a lot of folks aren't necessarily buying a $9.5 million property, right? And they're not putting, 10, 20% down. Typical down payment's gonna range 40 to 50%, so you're looking at 3.8 to north of $4 million to actually put down. So substantial amount of money.
My dreams, I think, are now just, they've been killed, so.
Until
I can get 3 or 4 million.
Something with a winning lottery ticket.
That's
A
right.
lot of friends.
Okay, so $3 to $4 million for a down payment, and then what kind of payment are we looking?
Most folks in this type of scenario in that ballpark would be just paying interest, be doing interest-only loans, and most investors would be making a 5, 7, or 10-year adjustable rate mortgage for them. And the nice thing is, as the loan amounts get bigger and increase, those rates come down. So you're going to see rates, in the mid to low threes.
Okay.
Payment $16,000 to $20,000 on an interest-only payment.
All right, so let's get back to a little bit of the details of this place. Now that we know the numbers of what it's going to take to actually come into a home like this, what type of other amenities are this beautiful home that we're sitting in?
This was, as I say, this is a complete remodel by a local company called 4x4 Construction. Started from the ground up, did an amazing job. It's a tri-level home. The great part about it is that you actually have elevator access to all 3 levels, which is incredible. It has a 3-car garage. It also has 2 additional parking spaces. Parking down here is key. Mission Beach, obviously where we are, where we live, everyone wants to come down, so parking is key. I mean, they've incorporated so many aspects to this home that I could go on and on, but a couple of things. It actually has 2 kitchens, so we're on the main level right now. Incredible views. All of these doors, Fleetwood doors, retract back, so you bring in indoor-outdoor living. And then we have another kitchen downstairs, so it lives amazingly.
How unique is a property like this? Have both of you seen stuff like this? Does it come around often, especially in Mission Beach?
It's pretty special. There are a lot of, obviously, boardwalk beachfront properties, but none with this level of architectural masterpiece, this level of design, and the technology in the smart home. It's not something you really see.
Yeah, it's got a Crestron system, and literally what you can do, it's virtually like an iPad. You can touch, you can lock a door, you can open a door, you can turn music on, climate. All the blinds are all electric and stuff like that. Fireplaces. This actually has a fire pit down below and a barbecue area as well. So it's and you can control it from an app on your phone too. Wow. So, did I forget to do that? Boom, you can check it. So it's awesome.
That's pretty incredible. So I guess, like you said, the Crestron system, you don't maybe need actual physical keys. You just do it right from that and from your phone.
Yeah, and I was laughing because I seriously don't know if we have a key. But we will give a fake key when someone buys this, like a beautiful, maybe a gold one or something.
Sure.
Yeah,
here's your platinum key.
Yeah, platinum, exactly. But once again, this just ties in really well with the Mission Beach lifestyle. And as James mentioned, there's a lot of fun beach cottages down here. Mm-hmm. There's a real diverse demographic down here. Yep. You have vacation rentals, you have tri-level homes, you have single-level homes. But to see something like this and just incorporating the use of wood, concrete, quartzite, porcelain, it brings kind of a really fun feel to it. So.
Yeah, it's nothing that I've ever seen, and I guess like if you're walking down this boardwalk, you see a lot of different stuff, and then this just kind of really jumps at you because it's so different from everything else down here. Like you said, all the windows open up, you go downstairs, and you can step right out and be at that barbecue, just enjoy laying out in the sun, and then if you've had a little bit of sun but you still want to get the feeling of outside, you can just walk right back into that kitchen downstairs. It seems like a great place to host, to have parties, and I can't imagine what this place would be like on 4th of July. You live down here, so.
The neat part about this is that this boardwalk actually runs about 3.5 miles from the Crystal Pier, a little bit further up north, and then all the way down to the jetty. 2 lanes, bike, run, jog, scooter, skateboard. And it really lends itself to that fun indoor-outdoor living. As you say, come in from the beach, outdoor shower, clean off, come down and enjoy a nice beverage on the downstairs patio, or come up here because, as I say, all of these retract back. So it really lends itself nicely to that.
Well, Mark, thank you so much once again for bringing me here to this dream house. It looks and seems like it's just slightly out of my price range at this time, but hopefully a little bit more hard work and savings, and one day this will be mine.
If you do find that down payment, that $3-4 million, Synergy One Lending, our team's got you covered. You can reach out to anybody on the team, or you can find more information at synergyonelending.com.
Perfect. Looks like I just have to find an investor to come along with me.
There you go.
Well, anyway, Mark, thanks again. I guess you're done for the day. I'm just going to kind of sit back and relax and enjoy this for as long as I can, or until you kick me out.
Absolutely, enjoy.
Every client.
Every client.
Every client.
Every client.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
No exceptions.
No exceptions.
No exceptions.
No exceptions.
No excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses.
Every
client. Every time. No exceptions.
No excuses.
It seems every time I come to Garnett Avenue in Pacific Beach, there are new restaurants and bars popping up all over the place all the time. I'm meeting my friend Steve Springer, and he's going to tell me about the biggest change that's happened on Garnett Avenue in the past few years. Well, Steve, thank you so much for bringing us here to Mavericks today. So I know that Pacific Beach is definitely known for its bars, its party life, and especially on Garnett. So how does Mavericks kind of live up to that idea?
So Mavericks is just a short block to the beach right here. Crystal Pier is in view from this location, and Mavericks is really an elevated progression of what's been happening here. So a few years ago, about 6-7 years ago, they redid the tavern a couple blocks away, and that really started a domino effect of other bars, restaurants wanting to up their game here on Garnett. Mavericks is the latest, greatest.
Eric, it seems that there's been a lot of anticipation too for this location to open up. How long did it take you guys to create this place here, and what was a little bit of the backstory or history about it?
Actually, I started when I turned 21, 22, I was actually bar backing at the existing location, which was PB Bar and Grill. It was one of my first jobs down here in Pacific Beach, so it was neat to be able to work here and then to kind of come full circle. We bought the property in April of 2015, and from there we spent about a year and a half going through permits and design work and trying to get the vision correct and make sure that we had everything in line. And then it took us about a little under a year and a half of construction to kind of get us to where we are today. And so we're very excited to be open. It's been a long road, but it's been worth it. We're happy with the result.
All right, so who would maybe want to come here? Is it good for just the party crowd, or is it good for families, older adults to come as well?
Yeah, I think what I love about this space and the way that we designed it was a couple things. I wanted to bring back a real beach bar to Pacific Beach. The trends over design in the past few years have been some darker woods, some metals, and we really wanted to try to bring back a true beach bar with open patios, open windows, and so that was something that was the main focus of our design. And what that allowed us to do was to create multiple spaces. So we have multiple patios, we have an upstairs area, and what we've seen with our clientele is that the demographic ranges from we have families with children coming in during the day, we have your college students coming in, and then we also have a fantastic older demographic that comes in and enjoys the food and the atmosphere as well.
So Steve, like you said, it was a little bit of a momentum, maybe from the tavern, kind of starting this little wave of having a facelift, I guess, if you will, on some of these older properties. How do you think this will also maybe change the rest of Garnett?
That just gives people something else to live up to, right? So people can't let their bars deteriorate, let their restaurant menus get stale. They get to keep up with what people want, and people want really cool outdoor spaces that they can hang out with their friends. I mean, we're right by the beach. You don't want to be in some dark, dingy bar. So you've got an awesome little courtyard here where you can play a bunch of games. So they've got cornhole, a big Connect 4 set, a supersized Jenga, just really fun stuff that, you know, if you had your fantasy backyard, that's probably what it would look like. Well, you can come here and have a drink in their courtyard.
So is there anywhere like this in Pacific Beach?
No, nothing else. No one's doing anything like this that, like he said, really making it a true beach bar.
Yeah.
Not any of those dark, rustic vibes, but nice whitewashed wood, nice open areas. So nothing else like this right now.
Yeah, it seems like you could spend the day at the beach, come over here either for lunch, maybe happy hour, and on the flip side, you could also just come and show up at night. I know sometimes you guys also do a lot of live music, is that right?
Yeah, something we wanted to be able to do with the size venue that we had was, one, to be able to provide entertainment and multiple avenues of entertainment. So we might do a DJ in the back area and then do live music on the patio. And the spaces allow us to separate and do different things. So you may come in and, the way I kind of feel when I walk in the door is I could find the niche of where I'm feeling that day. Yeah. So I can get to a little corner, and if I'm feeling I just kind of want to relax on the patio, I'm good. If I want a little more action, I can head upstairs or to the back area. So part of the design with my business partners was to really try to, with such a large space, try to break it up into different areas.
Yeah, how did you guys really come up with this idea? Was it just a need that there needed to be more of a beach club or beach house vibe in this area?
Yeah, well, one of my business partners, Mark Cirillo, he's been my partner at the tavern for almost 20 years now, and my other business partner, David Cohen, not from the Cohen Restaurant Group, but who I actually own some properties with in North Park. We all came together, really sat, brainstormed, and trying to think of something that would be unique for the size location. Being 15,000 square feet, you really have to be considerate of how you're laying things out and how you're designing them, because you want people to still feel an intimate space, which is hard when the property is as big as it is.
Totally. So in the Pacific Beach area, I know you've got a listing as well. What's new with you?
Yeah, so a couple blocks north of here, actually 6 blocks north, 3 blocks to the ocean, I've got a new single family house listing, 1050 Chalcedony Street, 5,600 square foot lot. All one level, so you've got a nice front yard that you can play in, then a really awesome hardscaped back area where they did a custom fire pit, hardwood floors on the inside, big kitchen island, nice open floor plan, some exposed wood beams. So it's a really great house, 2-car garage also in the back. That's going to be listed for $1,349,000. Best part about it is you hop on your bike, cruise down here, go to the bike valet, and you're ready to roll.
Amazing. And then I guess this is also like a nice, almost an amenity for somebody who lives in PB and close by, that you can just come here any day really of the week and maybe even spend the entire day here depending on what you're looking for.
And something we didn't mention is it's dog friendly. So dog friendly on the patio, so walk down with your dog, kid friendly on the patio, just come with the whole family and hang out.
Do you guys also do events? Can somebody rent out a part of this space?
Right, and that, like we mentioned, that's very important to our whole layout of the place, was to be able to section off certain areas. So we've done everything from baby showers to birthday parties to retirement parties. All of those, you could take and convert any space into what you want. And what's nice is that we're very open to doing them most days of the week, because we can section off and still keep most of the restaurant open to the public, but section off an area for our parties.
All right. Well, I imagine this place is going to be really packed, or it's packed already. So what's the best way to get in here?
I think the best way is come to the door, say hi, introduce yourself. And what's so nice about our staff is, I think what's changed with the hospitality industry is now you can get anything you want on Amazon delivered to your house. You can have food, drinks, everything delivered to your house. Play the music from your phone. So what we really try to deliver is an experience, some energy, and true customer service. So come in, I think, give us a chance to show you that little bit of extra touch when it comes to the customer service. And we always try to provide some good energy. So you want to come here and you're gonna walk away feeling good.
Well, Steve, thank you so much for bringing us here. And Eric, thanks for hosting us as well. I'm ready to finally get a tour. I haven't seen and explored everything yet, so I guess that's up on my agenda. I wish you all the best, though, in this venture. So thanks again.
Well, thank you so much, and make yourself at home.
There are certain times in life when you need a neutral third party to call the shots.
I wasn't ready. You hear me?
Keep it fair. Choose Oakwood Escrow.
So for San Diegans, when you think of wine country, I'm willing to bet that the first thing that comes to mind is Temecula. But if you're a wine lover and a foodie, there's a 5-star culinary experience awaiting you just outside of Escondido. This is my first time in Valley Center, and I've never been to this winery before, so thank you so much for bringing me here. Why did you choose this place today, Kip?
This particular winery was developed from the ground up from a really close friend of mine, Michael Schimpf, and we have his daughter-in-law with us today, who is the wine tasting room manager. She's going to tell us all about the amazing wines, a little bit about the area, and a little bit about what Hilltop Winery and Hilltop Ranch has to offer.
Perfect. What's going on here, Liz?
Sounds good. Well, Valley Center is a small knit community. I think that's what makes it so great, is that everybody supports everybody. So the winery, they started in 2006, first opened our tasting room doors in 2013. And it's one of the few wineries in the area. So Mike really had a vision of developing the wine industry in this area because it's not well known. And San Diego produced some of the very first grapevines before the Prohibition. So such a great way to bring it full circle is to bring Valley Center back to vineyards and grapevines. So
that's a really cool point, because I don't know about you guys, I never knew that San Diego was sort of this maybe wine mecca before the Prohibition.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool fun
Yeah,
fact.
it's really neat. And I think what's amazing about this particular area is that Michael came into Valley Center when it was really avocado fields, citrus, and ranches. And he came here to retire. And I know Mike well enough that retire in his mind means that he's going to reinvent himself.
Sure.
Being a real estate developer, he's developed stuff all over the country. He came here and he kind of thought, well, what am I going to do with these 30 acres? And here we have it. It's pretty amazing.
What kind of wines do you guys have? How many grapes do you grow? What's all the details?
So we have 30 acres here on the property and about 17 acres planted total with 10 different varietals. So we started with Cabernet and Merlot, which are Mike's two favorites, and we did that first and we blended them and did them on their own, and then we expanded our varietals based on that to kind of test the soil in the area. We didn't really know what was going to grow well here. Our oldest vines are 11 years old this year, which is our Cabernet and our Merlot. And we just won a double gold medal last year for our 2014 cab. So that was really rewarding.
So I guess from the trial and error, you've maybe actually figured it out a little bit.
Definitely. I think the one thing about Mike is that his attention to detail is very impressive. So he spares no expense when it comes to making high quality wine. It's not necessarily about quantity, but it's about quality, and you can see that when you taste the wine and you see the winemaking building in the tasting room. You can definitely tell the difference.
Well, this space is absolutely beautiful. Are there other types of things people can do when they come here aside from just drinking the amazing wine?
Yeah, so we have events that we do throughout the year, a harvest festival, which is pretty normal, and we have a great wine club, so we have over 250 wine club members. So we'll throw quarterly wine club parties for them where they can come, taste the wine, listen to live music. In the summer, we're open later, so it just creates a cool atmosphere to come watch the sunset, drink wine. The view is very impressive, so something to not be missed.
Absolutely. I kind of wanted to join that wine club here, get in on that. So some other events too, weddings perhaps? People come here, parties, birthday parties, or anything?
So anything from bridal showers to birthday parties, anniversaries. We do a lot of smaller events, and then we also do big weddings as well. So that hasn't been anything new, but we have a beautiful little private pond with a waterfall that creates the perfect setting for a wedding.
Kip, you also mentioned that Mike has done a lot with real estate and developing in addition to this property. What kind of things has he done to expand?
Well, one of the things I think that's so unique about the winery and the ranch here is that Mike kind of had that secondary vision of, how do we bring the real estate element into and creating a lifestyle experience around the winery. And so Michael took 12 properties next door and developed 12 single-family residences that are absolutely amazing. They're about 3,800 feet on 2 to 4 acres. And what really makes it unique is that majority of the landscaping is wine. It's wine grapes. And so they're able to harvest that and add that to the winery. And it really creates an incredible experience for for anybody that's kind of looking for a more rural environment to live, but also you're close enough to all the amenities that San Diego has to offer.
Definitely. What types of people do you think would want to come to live here and maybe live on that property as well?
I mean, the property you can pretty much do anything with. Like he said, there is grapevines planted on a lot of the properties next door, so we will buy those grapes back or make wine for the homeowners, which is awesome that they can be a part of the winery in that way. But you can really add whatever you want. So a lot of people have put in pools, have horses next door. So, you know, single family, you know, you have a lot of space. It's all on one level, so it's very open. So I think, you know, younger families, even older retired couples, you know, it's kind of best of both worlds. You have a quiet community in a safe neighborhood.
2 to 4 acres, it's hard to get that type of space and land in the city.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, when you look at North County, San Diego, there's not a lot of opportunities to do that without having it be $4, $5, $6, $10 million. What's amazing about this area is it's in a huge redevelopment. There's a lot of new development coming on, both residential and commercial. So Valley Center is really changing, and it's probably becoming one of the most dynamic neighborhoods in all of San Diego County. And when you see that, there's a great opportunity for people to come in and actually be on the ground floor. It's truly a special place.
Yeah, I love that. So we might actually see some changes maybe in 5 years from now with people knowing about Valley Center and coming here and bringing their families. Liz, I just want to ask you, because I imagine when people come here and they drink wine, they start to get a little hungry. So what's the food situation around here?
Sounds good. Well, we just built our brand new tasting room in last August is when we moved in. And we added food during that time because we knew everybody gets hungry when they drink, right? And they're only gonna wanna hang out longer if you have food. So we added a gourmet food kitchen. We have a full menu, including appetizers and entrees, where people can come and snack while they're wine tasting or have a full dinner, which has been a great addition. Valley Center has very few restaurants, so it's been a great addition to the area, and we've only received some awesome feedback. We try to just source local vendors to keep it as farm to table as possible, and that's what makes us unique, is that you'll see items on the menu that aren't just Mexican or Italian. It's kind of a little bit of everything, and I think that sets us apart a little bit.
Cool.
Well, and didn't Michael tell me that you guys have a wonderful executive chef?
We do,
on staff?
Yeah, he has a master's degree in culinary arts, so he's been a great addition for us, and you know, goes and mingles with the customers, and we listen to our customers, get feedback, and we try to improve and change based on that. You know, we don't have a set menu, it's seasonal, so it's not always the same. It's changing with the times and with people's interests, so.
Well,
Yeah.
and I love the fact that you created a kitchen that's mobile.
Right, yeah.
Well, I'm starving after hearing about all this gourmet food, so I think it's time that we blow off this TV crew and we finally eat some food and obviously drink some wine. What do you guys say?
I'm in.
Sounds great.
Every client.
Every client.
Every client.
Every client.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
No exceptions.
No exceptions.
No exceptions.
No exceptions.
No excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses.
Every client.
Every time. No exceptions.
No excuses.
All right, that's all for Lifestyle, celebrating America's finest city. Thank you so much for tuning in with us every weekend. And don't forget, you can engage in the conversation as well. Would love for you to follow us on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're active on all of it, celebrating the greatest city in the greatest country on the planet. I'm your host, Craig Sowing. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.